Greetings, welcome to PeaceLuvData and another episode of Game News. So, in today's episode of Game News, I kind of wanted to get into some transitional phases we're all expecting here pretty soon with the new consoles coming out and things, I don't know, I like talking about. It's whatever. We talk about a game. Who knows? Who knows what could happen? For many of us, we sit around and we wait for the transitional period just to get our hands on a system. A lot of us do that. In fact, the PS2 sold so many units when the PS3 was out, it ended up remaining on sale brand new for 5 years. It made them a lot of money. Granted, the PS3 wasn't really making money for the first 5 years. Probably had something to do with it, maybe. But we're out there selling blood and bodily fluids, just waiting for the opportunity. We're all broke in this scenario, apparently. But the difference between then and now is the transitional period won't be as excruciating. Given that the PS3 and the PS4's games are being made with engines that are multi-platform, a lot of PlayStation 3 games will go to the PS4. A lot of the PlayStation 4 games coming out will be not backwards compatible, what am I saying? Will be able to be played on the PS3. These questions have been posed to Mr. Yoshida himself, and he has stated that he's not looking for the system to carry on the same way as the PlayStation 2 did. But he also said things like, as long as there's a market. So, who knows? As long as you're investing money into the PlayStation 3, there's probably going to be new games coming out. There's probably going to be newer versions of the PS3 available. Now, the PlayStation 4 has garnered a lot of sales. Many more sales than the PlayStation 3. In fact, September, it got over 1 million new pre-orders. In September alone, there's 1 million new pre-orders for the PlayStation 4. So I don't really have high hopes for the PlayStation 3 lasting too long outside of the new market. As far as the used market and the prices going down, I am kind of in a mixed bag because they really haven't made that much money off the PS3, but they're making a lot of money off the PlayStation 4. Historically speaking, the PlayStation 2 didn't really drop in price until 2 years after the PlayStation 3 was out, just because they were trying to make so much money. But they're making a lot of money, so it's going to be a tough call, but you're going to wait at least a year until you see serious price drops in the PlayStation 3. They have the 12 gigabyte model, I've already talked about that, coming out for 199 euros, $200. I don't know how they did the exchange on that one. It is what it is. All we have is history to rely on. But it should be alright. I hope so. I think so. There might be some hope yet. But being that the PlayStation 3 still has AAA titles in the works, we can expect at least another 6 months to a year of entertaining gameplay out of the system. So right when the PS4 comes out, I don't see a price drop coming for the PlayStation 3 because of these new titles and, Sony not really making good on the PlayStation 3 model. All the same, the new games coming out for the PlayStation 3 as soon as, or before, right after, what am I saying? Albeit the new titles coming out for the PS3 are pretty good. They're pretty darn good. Gran Turismo 6 and Two Souls. It's called Beyond, Two Souls. We're calling it Two Souls, alright? That's it. Now, Two Souls, the setup is actually pretty interesting. It rivals The Last of Us as far as storytelling goes. Everybody kind of got on The Last of Us's case for putting a likeness of Ellen Page in their game. So, what did Ellen Page do about it? She didn't get mad. She just helped somebody develop a new game that rivals the popularity of The Last of Us. The mechanics are supposed to be very intuitive, very, very imaginative. They supposedly got rid of the quick time events, but there's still a slow motion aspect to it where you're supposed to act in time, but you just don't use the buttons. You don't use a button, you use your analog sticks. So it's not quick time anymore, you guys. That's... Now, the game already gained some attention for being rolled back in its rating and changing a few things in the game, so you're probably aware of what Two Souls is by now. Being the chick with a dude trapped in the body of the chick, I think is accurate. From the makers of Heavy Rain, there's going to be Ellen Page, obviously, and Willem Dafoe is going to be in it too. Big fan. Big fan of Dafoe. Things are supposed to, there's things in the game that are supposed to keep your attention heavily, you know, like a contextual movement. If you're walking through a ballroom, you're going to be walking all fancy. If you're walking through the woods in the hot sun, you're going to kind of jog, which is, it's kind of like one of their big deals. It's a feature. It does have some mechanics that are quite interesting, though, being that you're the dude trapped in the chick's body, but this dude is not a physical being, but he can do things in the physical realm. You can flip tables, you can Darth Vader people, some people you can actually possess, and there's a few things you can do. It's more like a guided walking game. It's not really free roam or anything like that, which we're kind of all getting used to, kind of looking forward to in every single game, being able to go anywhere we want, but it looks alright. The story is supposed to save it. It's from the same creators as Heavy Rain. It's a completely different approach, it's just those guys made it. It's actually really intense. It's going to be quite an interesting story. It's not going to be as much of a tearjerker, I guess, as the Apocalypse. You're kind of this girl living in a modern time, dealing with this apparition that takes control of itself, and you have control of it sometimes. It's supposed to be fun, and it looks like a lot of fun. It looks intense, like I said. It comes out October 1st. October? Oh no. It comes out October 8th, so there you go. Should be fun. Anyway, thanks for watching. This has been Game News on PeaceLuvData. You guys are having a great weekend. I mean, to all the subscribers, I appreciate your time, your input, any ideas, any controversial things you want to say. Maybe you want to talk about being a dude in a chick's body. I'm not gonna hate you for that. That's not that weird. But that was that. Thank you for watching. I'm Andre. Peace out.